Vincent, good morning.
Hi. Hi, Michael. How are you?
Yes, well, I'm well under the circumstances, but yes, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. I've had I haven't seen you for a while just because I've been busy with work. But it's a good time to talk, actually. I have a confession to make.
Well, yes, but before we do, please.
Yes.
Thank you for sending through the photo. Can I just no harm or self-harm, please?
No. I'm prone. The phone is above my head. Your voice is very loud. All those things are in place.
All right. Now, moving on to the confession, please.
Oh yes. I think a few weeks ago, you mentioned in the photo that it was, when I sent it to you via email, it was there was a CC in there, and it was for Anita Biard. Anita Biard is not my partner. She is a colleague at work. She's in admin, and she is in therapy herself. And she wanted to see the photo as sort of like, because she's going through a similar process with her psychiatrist. And so I was meant to BCC that photo, but I'm very clumsy with emails, and so you saw it, which was unfortunate. So the whole thing, I was sort of put on the spot, and then I made a story about meeting her in the park. That never happened. I hardly know Anita Biard. She is, she's in admin. She does, I don't work with her because I work in the academic, in the higher ed department. So, yeah, I just felt like I had to tell you that. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I made up that story. I think that's something that I've got to deal with. And I apologise deeply because I feel like my therapy journey is really progressing with you. I feel like everything's sort of working really well, and I don't know why I had this transgression. I don't know why it happened. So please accept my apologies.
No, Vincent, there's no need to apologise. It's just that this is just part of the. Anita Biard, as you say, you've met her obviously because she works in the admin department. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And you copied her, but you meant to blind copy her, and
yes.
I don't know whether your partner knows or doesn't know, and really it's not the thing for us to discuss. Although maybe we could, we'll just put it to one side and come back to it at some stage, maybe.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I just it was just one of those things. I was sort of put on the spot, and I felt like I had to really work hard.
I'm so sorry. No, it wasn't. No, it was not my intention at all. I was just, I thought, well, maybe we can, try and unlock some of the puzzle pieces with that whole, the whole door shoving, and I thought maybe this is a way to get under the skin of that stuff. But I was obviously wrong.
Well, see, I have been reflecting on the therapy journey that you've put me on, and it feels like you've opened up the world to me in a lot of ways, like with the with the whole sort of idea of Freud and how, like, what I've worked out with Freud and what you've sort of made me understand is what happens when in everyday life, it has other meanings, doesn't it? So, for example, last night when I drank, 3 Moscow Mules really quick through a straw.
Oh, wow.
That action wasn't just that; it was me transgressing back to a childhood state. The nipple, mother's milk,
the oral phase. You were going back to the oral phase. No, I totally understand.
Yes.
And
when I stubbed my toe on a door, it's not because of the ill-fitting shoes that I wear to be fashionable. It's because I'm suppressing some sort of primal. Right. Is that right? Yeah.
Well, primal, primeval, yes, all those things.
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
Well, I feel like you've opened me up to what I call the Freud Dimension. It's not the third dimension, it's the Freud Dimension.
The Freud Dimension.
And I find that fascinating.
Yes, I mean, thank you. That's. But it kind of, what it brings to mind is just recently.
Yes.
Silvio Berlusconi has passed. He was he was, and I don't know if you know this, but when he was transitioning between his various roles, he did a thing where he did an advice column,
yeah.
Let me ask you, Vincent. This Anita Baird, you've met her. Is she attractive?
No.
Right. Well, that explains it.
Well, she's lovely. She's lovely. She's very helpful. She always has, the solution to problems.
But she's
not my type.
She's not your type, and she's got a nice personality, right?
Oh, lovely. And she makes, once or twice a year we have, office morning tea, and she makes these date scones that are very dainty.
But
delicious.
But nothing's progressed. So, but here's the thing, because we've just lost our Silvio. Your Silvio, not mine. Although I lived in Rome for a year, which we can maybe come back to at some stage. But Silvio, had a bit of a stint as a columnist. I think you'd call it columnist, where he would respond to. And so there was this thing where I think her name was Paola from Firenze. Where's Firenze?
Florence.
Oh, is that what that is? Right. It was just
yes.
Anyway, so I read this.
Yes, it's just sort of like the epicenter of Renaissance art, yes?
Well, yeah.
Florence.
Oh, that's Florence, Firenze. Oh, goodness. And so he gets this letter, from Paola from Firenze, which I now understand is just Florence, which is like, I've been stressing all this time thinking I really need to go to Firenze. Whereas
you've been there.
I've been to Florence. But anyway, and she writes to him and he says, Dear Silvio, because the column is called Dear Silvio. It's like an advice column,
Right.
And she says, Dear Silvio, my husband, I think. We've been married for, and I read this a long time ago, but, my husband, I think he doesn't, I think he's cheating on me and I think he doesn't love me anymore.
Oh.
But there was more, and so she writes this to the Dear Silvio column for advice, my husband, I think he's cheating on me and I don't think he loves me anymore. And Silvio, rest in peace, bless his cotton socks, writes back. He says, "Dear Paola from Firenze, you ask me these questions, but you don't provide any information. Please send photo."
Oh my God, that's typical.
No, but and this is the thing. So this is why with this Beard woman, I'm just wondering whether there's something, whether you might have accidentally copied her rather than blind copy, because you said at the start what you meant to do was to blind copy her. Now there was no reason for you to blind copy anyone. You could have just forwarded. There's a bunch of stuff you could have done, but you copied her, and this whole, now we're in this, and so I just want to, and I think look, our time's up.
Already.
But I think it's something for us to explore going forward as to how and why this you did this, and I don't know, like what was it, sort of kind of intentional? I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? And that's the not the dilemma, but that's the thing that we're exploring in our Freud dimension.
Well, yeah. Without getting into any dimensional stuff, I think just really is just like are you just I don't know, are you looking for a Beard, for example?
No. Oh, no. I'm very happy.
Well, and I think that's it's definitely something we should explore, because maybe we can talk a little bit more about your partner in the next session, and again, it's something if you want to, but I'm glad you've spent all this time speaking about Anita Beard. I just think maybe some kind of balance might be appropriate.
Yes. Okay, well, that's good. I feel like a weight's been lifted. I feel like I've come to some sort of resolution with this, and I really thank you so much, Michael, for your advice and your generosity with
so Vincent,
your knowledge.
Yeah, no, Vincent, I appreciate. What we have to be clear on is I'm not here to provide advice.
Oh, okay. Well, what are you doing then?
I'm offering, counsel. I'm like a, think of me as a I don't know, sounding board, like as a sort of
a sponge.
Yeah, like a wet blanket, sort of absorbing.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes, let's pick things up next week, okay. And all the best. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.